Hello, I'm Ron Jackson, the editor and publisher of Domain Name Journal, the domain industry trade magazine located online at dnjournal.com. With me today are Jeff Gabriel and Amanda Waltz, two longtime friends and two of the most widely known brokers and consultants in the domain industry who are going to be sharing some very exciting news with us today. First, for those of you, and there aren't a lot of you, but if you haven't already met or are not familiar with Jeff, he is a lot of people refer to him as a superstar domain broker. Over the past decade, he's had domain sales that have ranged into the hundreds of millions of dollars. He started out with CEDO, and not long after he started there, he rang up a $13 million domain sale that was the largest ever recorded at that point in time and remained so for 8 years, all the way up until just this past summer when Voice.com was sold for $30 million. After that, Jeff went to Domain Advisors, who later rebranded as Igloo and served as the president there. And most recently, he wrapped up a 7-year career at Uniregistry, which is a great sales and also does registration services and many others that are based in the Cayman Islands. And Jeff, this was in August, moved from the Caymans back to his home area in greater Boston area in Massachusetts. Amanda, similarly, is one of the great brokers in this industry. You probably haven't heard as much about her sales because so many of Amanda's corporate clients insist on non-disclosure agreements. But insiders know that she has had some of the top sales that have happened in our business over the last 10 years or more. If you want more information, by the way, on Jeff, I meant to mention that I told his entire life story in a cover story that's in the archive at dnjournal.com that was published in 2016. Now, Jeff, I think that we have something. I guess I'm just going to have to ask you, are you ready to let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah, I'm really excited to announce that Amanda and myself are launching a domain brokerage and sales consultation service. And what we're going to be doing is educating or using education to help corporate clients understand the sales process and values, and also working hand in hand with portfolio holders to help unlock the values of their portfolios and increase their return on their investments.
Right. Amanda, what can you tell us about it?
And I would take that a step further to say that we have been working with worldwide brands and agencies and are going to continue to do that in this new business. We feel that there are a number of brands that truly don't understand the value of what a generic or descriptive domain can do for their business. And we've just started to scratch the surface and hope to continue to do so.
I had mentioned that Jeff, his tenure as president at Domain Advisors Igloo, and Amanda also spent a good part of her time there, and that is where they actually met each other first. I'm kind of curious, here you are today entering a new partnership. What was it, Jeff, that you saw in Amanda when you first met her, and through the years since then, attributes that made you feel like she was the right partner?
I think Amanda is one of the best salespeople I've ever met. And what makes up a great salesperson is somebody that has an intimate knowledge of the products that they're selling, that they have a professional demeanor at all times, and that they have a consistent work ethic. And Amanda possesses all of those things. And when we were at Igloo, we share similar qualities and values about life and about business. And when I left and went to Uniregistry and I was working at a competing company, we stayed in touch and we continued to make sales together. And we also remained friends.
I have a feeling it's a mutual admiration society, or you wouldn't be starting the company together. But I'm curious also, Amanda, what was it about Jeff that you think that's the right partner for me in this next venture?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Jeff is a really great negotiator. I think in order to be a good salesperson and to do best and the right thing by your customer, you have to be a good listener. Sure. Jeff has a unique quality that I think most sales leaders have, but he has a unique way of negotiating. I think that he has a tenacity to get what customers want and need very effectively, and I think that our customers have followed him, from one place to the next, And I think that that's a real compliment to him, but also to sales in general. People buy from people, and people work with people. And I think that bringing a buyer and seller together and creating a strong concept of why they should buy from each other needs to have a good negotiation process. And I've always been incredibly impressed when I'm negotiating with him on the same team, as well as when I'm bringing a buyer to buy an asset that he's representing. He's a very tough negotiator.
You know, we all love domains, and it caught my eye right away when I saw your brand name, saw.com, and a great tagline, Be Seen, which is the entire objective of having a domain name, a website, a brand of any kind. So those who love domains are going to wonder how, because we all value one-word dictionary domains, the shorter the better, and .coms as like that's the ultimate thing to achieve as a brand, and they change hands obviously for a lot of money. So what's the story behind saw.com? Who brought that to the table? What was the concept behind the brand that you're launching with?
Well, one of the things is that the advice that we give to our customers on a regular basis is that a short, sweet, easy to spell domain name is the most important thing you can do for your business. It makes you memorable, you can advertise it, and people will remember it and tell their friends about it and create repeat business. And so if we're going to give that advice to our customers, then we should probably take our own medicine.
Yep, it's a perfect example of doing that. Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of that, as a brand, Amanda, I understand that part of your business services, I'm not sure if we went into detail on that, but you're going to offer consultation on acquiring the right kind of brand, building a brand. That'll all be part of the offering at saw.com?
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes when companies are coming to us, or in the past when they're coming to us, sometimes they have a very specific domain name that they want us to help them acquire. And then other times they really aren't sure what they're looking for. They understand their business, they understand their product and their service, and then we'll talk about that with them, and then we cast a net to some of our customers, some of our sellers, and make that match. So again, you know, building upon the question that you had for Jeff about saw.com, we want to make sure that we understand what they're trying to achieve and then go out and find them the best options that meet their needs.
We have a lot of different kinds of participants in the domain industry. They're part-timers. I know there are people 18 to 80 years old, full-time professionals that make millions of dollars. So there's a lot of different kinds of people watching. What kinds of clients do you think would benefit most from the services that saw.com offers?
I think there's many different types. There's a specific type. So where we're focusing a lot of our energy and our time is in our resource section, which you'll be able to see on our website, which offers an immense amount of education about the industry. That is information that Amanda and I came up with that people can reference. And that's targeted towards entry-level domain investors, but mainly towards a lot of the corporates. We speak to some heads of marketing on a regular basis that might come up with a brand name. They write the copy, they have everything ready to go, but then they go to acquire the domain and didn't budget for it and they weren't ready for it. Mm-hmm. And then they speak to us and there's almost a feeling of shock on the phone when they hear what our estimated price might be or what we're walking into when we go to acquire this. And I think that's due for, that happens for a lot of reasons, because there isn't a lot of information that is readily available to people. On the other hand, we have long-standing relationships. I mean, I have some that are close to 10 years old in the industry with domain investors or portfolio holders and those that own some great domains, and those are people that obviously we're going to focus on and work with to help sell their names at a fair market price, and then everybody in between there.
One thing I wanted to bring up for people who are watching and would like to meet the two of you is that the industry's biggest annual conference is coming up at the end of January, which is NamesCon in Austin. I assume you'll both be there, and people who want to know more can speak to you in person about it.
Absolutely. Yes, we plan to be there. We're excited about the new location this year, and we hope to see lots of familiar faces and hopefully meet some new people as well.
Something that's not directly SAW related, but I think I would be remiss having two of you who know the market so well here without asking you about it, is every now and then you'll see something online where someone says, oh, well, domains are kind of going away, social media is replacing it. But I know just from the weekly sales reports we do at DN Journal, just a recent week here, we had the chart topped by a $1.25 million sale for one domain name, tm.com. We had a numeric domain name, 6500.com, $120,000. Most were .coms, so we had 3 .orgs in the top 20. Dawn.org, $50,000, a great domain name. And even country code domains. We had a half a dozen in the top 20. So it doesn't look like domains are going out of favor anytime soon, from what I can see.
From my point of view, there is no lack of million-dollar offers that are happening right now on quality domain names, and there's no lack of demand on the lower valued domains. And I haven't seen it let up at all for a number of years, and I don't see it letting up anytime in the near future. If people talk about social media and say apps replacing domain names, but I still do not see a technology that is going to make it that people just do not need domain names, whether it's for email and their websites or branding or whatever it might be. It is still a huge part of every business.
Amanda, what are your thoughts on that, the current state of the market, what you've seen, and at least the near-term projections for what's going to be happening with it?
Absolutely. I agree with Jeff, and to your point about what's going on DN Journal on a weekly basis, I think a lot of those sales that you mentioned are really just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many unreported 6-figure, 7-figure, high 5-figure sales that I personally know about, and then the ones that are in the pipeline, the ones that are the brand owners or the startups that haven't named their brand yet, that we and many other people in the industry are currently working with. What I do find is that there's actually a shortage of really good one-word.coms to be able to offer to our clients. So, we would like to actually start to be able to talk with some of the corporates, the corporate clients or the corporations that are out there that are not properly utilizing their one-word.coms. Maybe they're just using them as a redirect. There's a lot of untapped domain names out there right now that I think should be used in a more meaningful way.
I think owning your own domain name as your internet home is something that really can't be stressed enough, because I've seen so many small businesses who say, well, I have a Facebook page now, so I don't need anything else, or I'm on Twitter, or I'm here, or I'm there. The problem is that you don't own any of that, and if you run afoul of their rules, they can pull the plug on you instantly. It can be a minor infraction, and a lot of times they won't even tell you why you were taken off. You're just gone. So basically what you've done, if you don't have a domain and website as your primary home, you're turning the keys over to your entire enterprise to someone and just say, I hope that this isn't going to come back and bite me, but too many times I've seen that it has. And I guess this is the kind of thing that when the branding part of your business and protection, consulting, all of that, that's a point that you no doubt drive home consistently as well.
I think social media complements a great website. The problem with social media is actually two-pronged. The first is that social media falls out of favor with particular age groups as time goes on. Additionally, whatever content you put on most social media sites isn't yours.
That's right.
And that could become a problem in the future.
Okay, we covered a lot of bases here today, Jeff and Amanda. Just before I say goodbye, is there anything you would like to add?
We look forward to working with you at SAW.com.
All right. Amanda?
And seeing you in Austin in a few weeks.
Okay, Jeff and Amanda, thank you so much
Thanks,
for your
Sean.
time, and
appreciate it.
best of luck in this exciting new chapter of your careers.
Thank you.
Okay.